I could definitely see that happening for sure. Now, you had mentioned something a couple days ago, which kind of perked my interest about a certain final boss coming back.
And yes, I know I've talked smack about The Rock, and I still do. But in the way I described it to you, you can't tell me that doesn't make perfect sense for the story.
Look at that would be the ultimate payoff to this whole thing if the bloodline, how they're kind of going through, they went through this for these matches with Jacob Fatu, having him acknowledge Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is on his power trip. It would only be right if there's a big payoff at the end where The Rock could come back.
And another interesting thing that it totally that I had thought about it, but I didn't tell you about it is because it was the Rock's, was it his uncle or his grandpa that was the high chief?
The
Peter
Rock's
Maivia,
grandpa,
his
grandfather,
grandpa.
yeah,
So then the Rock could say this. I'll be like, well, my grandpa was the high chief, and then that went down the line. So if you go down the line, the Rock could be like, that means I'm the high chief.
well, that's what. No,
And
technically speaking, they've already mentioned that on WWE television. If you go back into when The Rock came back in 2024, that's
the
why.
press conference, yeah, when he revealed the bloodline family tree.
Right. Exactly. And that's why The Rock's hierarchy was higher than Roman's. And that's why Roman, if you remember back in 2024 on a segment on SmackDown, when they're all standing in the ring, Roman asked The Rock one question: "I need you to acknowledge me." Because the whole thing was about The Rock, and Roman was kind of like a side character to The Rock. And then Roman asked The Rock to him to acknowledge him. And that's when they're all posing with the ones in the air. If you remember that.
Yeah, no, I do. But there's a part of me is like, oh, what if that's just the Rock playing into Roman's games?
Could have been.
And then I'm saying if the Rock were to come back, the Rock would be like, oh, you say you're the tribal chief, you are, but you forgot there's a hierarchy above that.
Now look,
That's the high chief.
yeah.
I'm the high chief.
Right. And that would make sense storyline wise. But look, we're talking about The Rock here. And as much as I love The Rock and I love me
You you
some
know
final
he
boss,
you
that
know
is
he ain't
it is
coming.
pie in the sky for thinking The Rock's gonna come back and wrestle right now. It's not realistic to think that way.
Maybe in Saudi, but I've heard, and again, this is just according to reports. Reports are saying Saudi's pushing for the Rock and Roman. That's what they're
Right.
pushing for.
Right.